Good morning. I'm walking. There's another hotel about 5 minutes away, which is £17 a night. I'm happy with this hotel, but some Israelis moved in quite late last night, and they seemed pretty unconscious and a bit noisy. It wasn't too bad, but I'm just thinking. Yeah, basically, I've had some more donations. I've had Mr. Neil just bosh 50 quid straight into my bank account. Amazing when it goes straight into my bank account, so I don't have to pay any fees. Buy me a coffee only takes 10%. No big deal. Still very grateful for wherever I receive donations. Just to let people know, if you do it on YouTube, they take 45%. So again, still very grateful. It's amazing. But if you could use buy me a coffee or the bank details, it means I get pretty much all of it or all of it in the bank. And Mr. Lyons has just boshed £100 into my bank account. Unbelievable. I'm having a lot of frustration with YouTube and earning money. So my main channel got monetized 3 months ago. I still haven't managed to take a penny off it. They just want so much information. Now they're asking for a W8 tax form. It's just mental. So there's $2,000 on that YouTube account. I just can't get it off. And then my other two channels, this one and then this one, have hit the targets in the last week. And I just don't think that YouTube has caught up yet. The apply button is still greyed out. So it's a bit frustrating, but it's just this lesson in trust and this lesson in like, wow, people are really supporting me. And what comes up is like, that's not going to continue, right? People are only doing it, one, because they're incredibly generous, but they're also doing it, because they can see that I'm not earning money yet. But I'm starting to wonder, like, is this just what happens when you're a YouTuber and you're sharing authentically and content that people appreciate? Do they just keep sending you money? Like, is this my life now, or is it just because people are supporting me in the initial bit? I can't quite work it out. But either way, it's given me enough confidence to go and have a look at this other hotel that all the reviews say is really quiet. So I'm thinking it might be worth the extra money. And there's just something about like having a desk in the room and a chair to sit on. I've got my men's group in about 2 hours. I'm going to be doing it on my bed because it's the only place that's got a fan, so I don't get eaten by mosquitos. It's not very professional, but it's just not a good posture to be in for 3 hours when you're, doing deep work. So yes, let's go and see what this other hotel's like. Or maybe not, because booking.com won't load, so I can't get the map. So maybe that's a sign that I'm supposed to stay where I am. That's frustrating. I guess I'll go back to the hotel and load it on the Wi-Fi and put it in the maps. Yeah, it's been a really frustrating morning. I've been chatting to YouTube about why I can't get any money off my account. And definitely feeling exhausted. Definitely like, is this really the life I want to be living? It's just the constant unknown, which I kind of like. But it's, like, who's going to move into a hotel? Is it going to become noisy? Where am I going to be next? I'm all about not trying to control your environment and, just surrendering to whatever is. But also, I'm human and I'm very particular about what I like, which is basically silence. So, I'm finding that hard. The grass is always greener, isn't it? Like when you're in the UK, you look at this and you're just like, wow, what an adventure, how exciting. But then when you're doing it and it's just the non-stopness of it and the lack of your own personal space, then suddenly England becomes quite appealing. But then you remember, there's a tyrannical dictatorship trying to off everyone. And you think, oh, well, I can't really go back there. So it's not easy, guys. Why does he need that massive speaker? And presumably he's advertising something. But it's really easy when you're in England to just think that, what if I just get out of here, it can't be any worse. And I think there's some truth in that. Of course there is. But it is hard. It is hard. Don't kid yourself. And I'm a fairly seasoned traveller. I would say I'm pretty much cut out for this, and it's still difficult. So yeah, just a bit of feedback for you. And yeah, I'm not sure if I actually properly thanked Mr. Neil and Mr. Lyons. Thank you so much, guys. It was just incredible. Yeah, I mean, I can't even find words for it. I just find it gobsmacking how generous you all are. Why? But thank you. You're making this possible. And genuinely, like, if I really trust this and this carries on, I'm not expecting it to the levels. I'm not expecting it to carry on to the levels that it currently is. G Sobe has given me, is it $425? I think it's $425 in the last 3 days. And it's just insane. Insanely generous. Thank you, Mrs. Sobe. But yes, so whilst I never, I'm really not expecting it to stay at these levels. I realise people are supporting me in the early days. But I am starting to trust that there could actually be quite a constant donation stream. So therefore, if I start spending more on hotels, maybe it means that I can do this for longer. Because if you're staying in crappy places like this, it is draining. The fact that I can't sit anywhere without getting eaten by mosquitoes. If I had a room with a desk and a chair and I could properly sit without getting eaten by mosquitoes, it'd make a big difference. Alright, we've got it in the maps. It's about 5 minutes away. So let's go and check out if it's in here. Oh wow, look at that lizard. That's the biggest one I've seen by a mile. Goodness me. There's another one. Wow. That's fantastic. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get a video out today. It's almost 9 AM now, so I've only got 2 hours till at 5 o'clock prime time. But I wouldn't mind posting it a bit later than that. But I've got my men's group in 3 hours, and that's 3 hours long. So if it was a day missing a couple of days ago, then it's today. As in today was the day that I wasn't able to post. Because I had too much going on. Hotel moving and men's groups and YouTube policies. Oh my goodness. Quite a nicely decorated building. Very toucan. I've also got to replace that tomato and onion with techniques. I did tell him. After. He seemed fine with it. I can't move out. If I move out, I'll be like, where's my tomato and onion? So, yeah, I've got quite a lot to do today. It's an interesting boat. Very funny shape. So this is the road that the potential new living abode is on. Very quiet, no bars, it's feeling really good. Another nicely decorated dwelling. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is it from the pictures. I can hear music playing, that's not a great start. Hola, you have rooms here?
Next door, the yellow door.
The yellow door. Do I go back out? I go back out? Alright, cheers mate. Hola, can I have a look at the rooms please?
Yes.
I'm thinking of moving here.
Oh, perfect.
Is it? I've read it's really quiet in reviews. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that right?
Quiet.
Do you mind being on camera?
Any videos?
I'm a YouTuber.
Oh, interesting.
So yes, your hotel will end up on YouTube too. But yeah, if I could have a look, that'd be great. And then I'll move today if that's all right.
Yeah, we can.
And I can pay you direct rather than using Booking.com if you would.
Yeah, you can take it here. Yeah, no problem.
Very nice, thank you. Oh, and you have fans outside because the mosquitoes are a bit of an issue here, aren't they?
Yeah, that's the reason.
Is it fully booked or is it quite empty at the moment?
Yeah, it's quiet and
Great.
right now it's empty. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
So just some people here. You can take your breakfast here. And please thank you.
Brilliant.
And you can put your things or here. It's everything you can use. At the moment,
Looks great.
yeah. The bathrooms, well, the bedrooms are this. This is the bathroom, but it's good. Sorry. These are the bedrooms.
Oh, is it a dormitory?
Okay, so 2 bedrooms, shared rooms.
I'm not interested in a dormitory. I thought it was like separate rooms now.
Just like,
I want my own room. Yeah, I've seen £17 for one room.
yeah, I understand, but we just have like shared rooms.
Oh right. It must be somewhere else that I see.
Yeah, are you interested? Or?
No, I'm not. No, sorry.
No, don't worry, I understand.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, don't worry.
So it looks very nice, but yes, dormitories. Definitely not. I think I'd rather be in my mother's spare bedroom than in a dormitory. Why did the sat-nav bring me here when I put in that hotel? Yeah, this is the sort of thing that's exhausting. Yeah, it's nothing straightforward. Alright, let's go back to the hut and extend for another night, which is actually easier and means I might be able to get a video out today. So someone in the comments of my I Fall in Love in Mexico video asked for more senoritas. What did we think of that one? I felt a little tingly in my todger too. Work truck. Yeah, it seemed like a very sociable place to stay at. Like in the pictures, I got pictures of people doing yoga together and stuff, which I think is great. But just for where I'm at in my journey, it's actually not what I want. I don't want to be in a place that's like, yeah, community, let's all chat to each other. I just want to be alone. I want to do my YouTube. I want to smoke some ganja, and I want to sleep. Translate following into Spanish. Can I pay for another night here, please? Right, we're all ready to ask you a question. We need to get some editing done. So I don't think they were as early. I just had a little glance last night. They look very Mexican, and they're pretty chilled. So that's very good news. I really hope nobody else moves in today. Ah, the Mexicans are leaving. Fantastico. I got it back to myself. Whole hotel to myself, baby.
Claro, sí.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, gracias. Right, we're staying here for another night. I better go and buy a tomato and onion now. Alright, for some reason they want to move me out of this room and put me in this room. I said, would it not be easier for you to just keep me in that room? Because then you don't have to clean it. This one is actually better, it's brighter. It doesn't have a big super powerful fan though, but I just asked for a fan and he went and got me one. So my main thing with that is keeping the mosquitoes off. So yes, I mean, we've got a table. Oh, I can do my men's group on a table now. You see how the universe always works for you, even if it feels like it's not. I'm on the way to the market to get a replacement tomato and onion for my host, and to hopefully find some barbecued chicken. We've just done the men's group. We usually do it on a Thursday night. It's Saturday today. I had to move it because I was travelling on Thursday. Really good group. Introduced a new round this week, the warrior round, which just adds a whole level of introspection and integrity. You know, essentially teaching us to follow through with our words, to turn our words into actions, to be men of integrity, men that people can trust. So that felt really good to introduce that round. And by the time you watch this, I will have replied to the 4 men that have emailed about it, so I'm really excited about getting 4 new men in there next week. And then yeah, there'd only be space for a couple more. So that's really good, but I am feeling exhausted. Like, we went really deep. Like, as from a facilitator's point of view, it was, you know, it was challenging. Yeah, I won't go into the details, so I'm not going to share men's stories, but yeah, it was. I'm leaving it feeling very empowered and very aligned and very like, yes, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. But also physically, oh, yeah, it was a lot of heavy stuff came up. Anyway, a gay couple have moved into the room next door, so I showed you the other day, I think it was yesterday, you know, if someone was in this room next door, it's going to be a problem. But a gay couple have moved in, and they're not even hot, so I can't get off on it. No doubt I'm going to have to listen to them bumming tonight. So yeah, we'll see. I've extended for stay for one night for tonight. We'll see how it is with somebody in the room next door, but I don't think it's going to be good. I do feel like I'd like to stay in Lake Bacalar a little longer. A couple of things come up with that. First of all, I need to get a better hotel, so I'm going to do some research tonight. And ooh, music, great. This is the couple. These two here are the couple that have moved into the room next door. Yeah, I think I'm going to do some research tonight and try and get a better hotel where I can just, you know, guarantee a nice quiet environment. But the jump here seems to be quite big. You've got these huts for $10, $11, $12, and then it jumps to like 30 quid a night, 70 quid. There's a lot for 70 quid a night. I think the accommodation here is definitely more expensive than Tulum unless you're willing to stay in a hut, which I'm not sure I am willing to do, especially with the insane amount of generosity I seem to be receiving on buy me a coffee and straight to my bank. Thanks again, guys. So yeah, starting to trust that, starting to lean into that, starting to be like, okay, my current reality is I'm not completely skint. Can I trust that that will continue? I'm not expecting the donations to carry on like this, like it has been insane. But, you know, it's just learning to trust that and yeah, letting my external reflect that by getting a better hotel. Yeah, the other thing that's coming up is a practicality around if I was to stay in a place like this for ages, which I'm not going to, but you know, it could be a week, and eventually there is going to be a place where I settle down. It's like, is the YouTube channel still going to work? Because obviously, you know, traveling about makes it interesting. People want to see different places. And yeah, just that fear comes up, I suppose, just noticing that fear, that self-doubt, that questioning. But I find, you know, with my channels, they're just completely authentic and I'm just sharing my life, particularly this one. So it's, you know, the channel will reflect what my life is and just trusting that that will be okay. So we're back to the castle bit and the main square, I think this is. Well, I say that, I'm just on one tiny side of that massive lake. I'm not really seeing much of this place. Yeah, there seems to be some sort of live event or live music or someone with it. And a minute ago they were singing. So we'll go and check that out. I think he's done enough of a mic check now. This is still the mic check. It's been okay, hey. Ooh, it's been going on for about 3 minutes. I can't even, oh, it's over there. I think they're just testing for later. These guys were singing along a minute ago. It was a beautiful little glimpse into Mexican culture. So seeing as I don't really get to take the piss out of people anymore in places like this anyway, we'll take the piss out of a few commenters instead. So there's this Richard, is it Bicker, or I might be projecting that because he is a bloody bickerer, but it's something like that. He was like, do you really think people have donated for you to buy weed? Well, in many of the bank transfers and the buy me a coffee messages, they literally say, have a smoke on me. So the answer there would be yes. And it's just so funny how angry people get, you know, they just get so triggered by what I'm doing, essentially. And it's just hilarious to witness, you know, like just seeing how much of themselves they're projecting onto whatever thing it is they're bringing up. All their judgment, all their anger. Like, I'm very open about the fact that if I get spare money, then I'm gonna have a smoke. And they can't even begin to understand how people would be generous, how people would want to support this. So they project their own feelings onto it and they just assume that nobody could possibly be happy if I spent the money they gave me on a smoke. When actually the type of person that donates is completely the opposite to him, and that's why he can't understand it, and that's why he has to project all over it. And they're actually really cool and chilled out and totally get that, of course, the best way for me to relax and be able to do what I'm doing is 1, getting a quiet hotel, and 2, having a smoke. And there's a really strange one. There's this Ben Daniel guy. I mean, he was actually on my Facebook. I've just removed him. So he was a massive supporter of Not Today Satan. And then suddenly he flipped. He flipped when I started doing town videos and started judging people. You know, the judgment that people need. So all I'm doing is holding up a mirror. I'm literally just showing people as they are, holding up the mirror, and of course commenting on it. And people see that as some, oh, this is that awesome burger place. people who haven't done any self-work, who aren't the observer of self, who aren't able to introspect, obviously they hate judgment because they hate truth. They hate people holding up the mirror to them. So obviously Ben's one of them. So he got completely triggered when I started doing that. And I was like, oh, this guy's actually got a lot of, whilst he sees the truth about government, still got a lot of libtard conditioning about him. And then he even commented, I can't remember, on a couple of Not Today Satan videos, that basically were too much for him, too much for his conditioned little mind. And now he's just done the most libtard, stereotypical act. So he claims in his Facebook profile he's calls himself a truther, yet he lies. He lives in a world of lies, hence why he's getting triggered. So on my Are All Our Leaders Cokeheads and Nonsense video on Not Today Satan, he's written projection much. So he's obviously implying that I'm a cokehead and a nonce. So it's literally, like, I mean, to call someone that is without any evidence whatsoever is just, you know, the most typical vile, I want to cancel you, I want to cause you problems, libtard, horrible, vile energy. So yeah, it's just really interesting to see someone's true colours, you know, who was originally a supporter. But yes, he's been removed off of Facebook and blocked from commenting. That's the only reason I'll ever block someone, is if they just lie, you know, and they're lying to try and destroy my reputation or destroy what I'm doing out of pure jealousy and projection. You know, like, anyone can criticise me, anyone can question me, you know, I'm all for debate. But if you're just going to be a libtard and lie, then you're gone. We've got more signs of retardation and libtardation here with the rainbow flag. At least it's not the full-on let's chop our penises off flag. At least it still acknowledges gender, but it is very retarded. Yeah, I just remembered my other frustration with YouTube. So this channel now has obviously over 1,000 subscribers and 11,000 hours watch time. You need 4,000 hours to get monetized. Yet my monetization button is grayed out. I'm the same on Shadow Surrender, not as many hours, but more than, it's definitely more than 4,000. And it's grayed out again. So I've been chatting to the YouTube chat bots, and they assure me it will be on within 72 hours. But then even when I get that, I'll still have to provide bumming tax forms and all sorts. So I don't know if I'll ever get any bumming money off YouTube. But yeah, it's the admin side that just does my head in. I mean, obviously there's a frustration of like, give me my money. But the admin side and the back and forth, like, I hate paperwork, I hate this sort of thing. It's why I became a YouTuber, to escape it all, but no, YouTube still needs it too. I have no idea where I am, or where this blooming market is. I feel like I probably walked too far. I don't think I've been this far before. Is that a football stadium? Looks like it. What is that? Let's have a closer look. I'm confused because that, it's not a stand. I was going to say that stands too far away from the others, but they're definitely stands. Yeah, they're definitely seating stands. Let's have a little hike up this hill. Oh, it's baseball. Yeah, these solar panels. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to head back the way I've been coming, because I think I've gone too far, but on a different road this time. And that gives me a bit of hope. It looks like there's a bit more life there. Maybe I'll get a tomato. Going back to that Ben Daniel thing, I'm obviously a bit triggered, because it keeps coming up for me. You know, what absolutely drives me insane is, I mean, obviously the nonce stuff is just ridiculous and vile. But to imply that I might be a cokehead, when on all my channels, I speak completely openly and honestly about every aspect of my life, but particularly on my philosophical, spiritual channel. You know, I'm sharing all about my addiction journey, sharing all about my history, sharing about times I've fucked up, and today I shared a story about how I was irresponsible and let someone into a plant medicine ceremony that I shouldn't have done, and she ended up in a mental institution. You know, like, I couldn't be more open and honest. Like, it's the level of, like, this is how insane these people are, and how much they hate themselves and how much they're projecting, like how dishonest they are with themselves. You know, because to believe that I could be a cokehead, when obviously if I was, I'd tell you about it, is what I do. It's just the height of insanity, and it shows what a world of lies, self-lies this man is living in. That he can't even believe in authenticity. He can't even believe that he watches my things and thinks I'm lying. Like, I mean, it just shows where he's at and what vibration he's in. And yeah, but he's just live in a world of lies. Ooh, this looks promising, although I think it's all fruit. Very nice, eh? Oh, little pomegranates. My man's disappeared. Hola! Yeah, who do I pay for me blooming fruit? Definitely a man sat there, isn't it? As if you'd walk off when a customer's just come in and is clearly about to buy some fruit. Here we go.
Hola.
Hola!
Aquí al lado.
Oh, I see,
Lo-
next door.
lo mismo.
Okay, gracias. I think we need to go next door to pay. Ah, and here we have tomatoes and probably some onions. Oh, look at that! Onions. Oh, it looks like that onion is $2. And they are 2 tomatoes are $1.25. It's more than I expected.
135.
Yes. So $1.35, so $7. It's quite expensive, isn't it? Ah, let's wander home. Yeah, I was going to say I might cook myself another sandwich, but actually I think I'll come out to that burger place we went to the other night. It's absolutely awesome. Might go now. Yeah, let's go now. I don't really know where it is, but I'm pretty sure if I walk either left or right along that next road, I'll get to the castle. I think certainly a lively area. Goodness me, that's loud for a restaurant. Interesting. There's the gay boys, my new neighbours. Look at this. Made out of car parts. That's kind of cool. Awful music though, my goodness. Okay, great, we're at the square. I'm pretty sure the burger place is down there. And I really need to get in this lake, don't I? Tomorrow, we're definitely going to go for a swim. So here we are again. There can't be a better burger than this burger. There might be some as good as. Oh, and they don't play music. I love it. But yeah, can't be a better burger than the one you get here. Oh wow, that looks good. Ooh, should I get beef nachos? I'm tempted. Definitely do nachos soon, but the burger was so good I'm gonna go with a different one, not the Mexico one. A different one this time. Yes, the Atlixco.
Una hamburguesa Atlixco.
Uno. Gracias. Maybe she's just tired, but she's definitely not as friendly as she was the other day. And I think it might be because I didn't tip. What is the tipping culture here? Is it? So the only time that it's come up is in this restaurant when they handed me the card machine. It came up. Do you want a tip? And I was like, no. So am I being a dickhead? Is it the norm here? I genuinely don't know. In general, I'm not into tipping. I'm like, well, the employer should pay you. I just don't really get it. And then there's also something coming through around, you know, people are showing me such generosity and I should be passing that on. So let me know your thoughts on all that in the comments. Oh, I think we might be in business. Wow. Gracias. Fantastic. $10. Bit less, $9 maybe. Well, it's certainly... Oh, no, it's not ingenuity, but I was assuming it was going to work. Yeah, how do you get this to it? Oh, I don't think the sink does work. Great. Thank you to everyone for making it to the end of the video. If this is the end, it'll probably be another 10 minutes after this, knowing me, but it feels like there's not going to be anything happening tonight. I'm going to have a quiet night. I need to respond to some emails, have a smoke. Oh god, I mean, probably listen to bumming all night. Forgot about that for a minute. Oh dear. But yes, thank you to everyone who is supporting the channel, watching the videos to the end, commenting, liking, subscribing. A massive, massive, big love and thanks to everyone who's donated. Yeah, just incredible. Still shocks me. Have a look at this gorgeous Bacalar station. And then some Mexican people be Mexican. And then the lake. I will bid you. I'm a castle wall. There's so much to take in. I will bid you adios, amigos. Big love. Is it Ramberton? So many people answered my question in the comments. Thank you. You just say I've forgotten, but I feel like it was Ramberton. Is that right? So I'm about to piss this guy off because I'm going to walk in and not actually buy any food. But I just want to show you this Oh no, he's just trying to sell tours, I think, actually. Look at this restaurant right on the lake. Look at that. What a place to eat. I just got questioned. She didn't understand what I show your restaurant on YouTube means. Okay? For those for knowledge of Lake Bacalar, please let me know, is the whole lake like this where you basically can't get to it except for in little areas? Or is there, presumably there's a side of the lake that's like open? But so far, it's all walled off and like separate hotels or businesses. So I just missed a nice horse and cart going past, unfortunately. But I have got you some big guns. What does we make of that? Goodness me. So whilst I felt very safe everywhere I've been, which so far is Cancun, Tulum and Lake Bacalar, there's clearly issues here. Because I see lots of people with very big guns. All uniformed people so far. Yes, it's going to get interesting the deeper we get into Mexico, isn't it? First, I think it's going to be Belize before we get deep into Mexico. Yeah, we're going to, well, it's not a detour because it's on the way, that's where we're going. But we're going to hop out of Mexico for a bit, into Belize, and who knows how long we'll stay there. I don't really know anything, I hadn't even heard of Belize 3 weeks ago. So let's go and see what that's all about. So of course, nothing new to say we have a cart blasting out music, but we also have more police or army here. This guy's just wearing it, he's a walking disco man, gracias! Oh yeah, there's, not quite so friendly. But I'm sure they're there for a reason. I'm sure they're providing very good service, and they're probably the reason that I can walk on these streets right now. So, thank you, Policia. This fan is nowhere near as good as the one in the other room. I've already got 4 bites on my bumming leg, which I think happened in the men's group, and I had jogging bottoms on. Can they believe it? So I think tonight we might be in the net, listening to bumming.